'n Behoefte aan 'n doeltreffende gehaltestelsel in die graanbedryf sal daar altyd wees, en hier speel die Suider-Afrikaanse graanlaboratorium 'n kardinale rol. Deur middel van 'n ringtoetse kan verskillende laboratoriums nou 'n spesifieke monster ontleed en hul resultate met mekaar vergelyk. Hannalien Meyer wys vanoggend vir die Plaas TV span hoe dit gedoen word. Ons hoor ook hoe 'n finansiële bydrae van 'n windblaas die lewens van veeboere in die Wes-Kaap verryk. Maar vir nou, eers oor na Lise vir die jongste landbounuus.
In today's news, the Kilombero Sugar Company in Tanzania has announced the approval of a $240 million expansion project. The project will boost sugar production in the district by 144,000 tonnes. The current levels of around 127,000 tonnes of sugar per annum will increase to 271,000 tonnes. Illovo Sugar Africa holds 75% of the shares, while the government of the United Republic of Tanzania holds 25%. Construction of the project is expected to last 25 months and completion is expected in July 2023. And well-known veteran police official and detective Freddie van Tonder has been appointed to head Kwanalu's security desk. The desk plays a pivotal role in facilitating and addressing safety and security matters affecting its members. Van Tonder served in the South African Police Service for 41 years. He acted as an advisor to the Red Meat Producers Organisation and is also chairperson of the KwaZulu-Natal Stock Theft Forum. En 'n rekord hoeveelheid appeluitvoere word vanjaar na China verwag. Dit is volgens data van Hortgrow. Suid-Afrika het vanjaar teen week 18 reeds dubbel soveel appels as in 2019 na China uitgevoer. In 2019 is daar 'n rekordvolume van 770,000 houers appels na China uitgevoer. Hortgrow het onlangs 'n bewusmakingsveldtog geloods om die verbruik van Suid-Afrikaanse appels te verhoog. Die organisasie beoog om 'n soortgelyke veldtog vir Suid-Afrikaanse appels en pere in Indië van stapel te stuur. Dis dan vandag se nuus.
Netafim. Grow more with less.
Ons kuier vandag weer by die Suider-Afrikaanse Graanlaboratorium. Nou van ons Plaas TV kykers sal dalk onthou dat ons so 'n tydjie gelede met Wessel Lemmer van Agbus Grain gesels het. Hy het daar gepraat oor 'n behoefte wat ontstaan is waar hulle gradeerders onafhanklik geëvalueer moet word. En dis waaroor ons gesprek vandag gaan met Hannalien Meyer. Kom ons vind uit waaroor dit is. Hannalien, ons gesels nou vandag oor daai evaluering wat julle moet doen van die gradeerders, die onafhanklike evaluering. Wat behels dit?
Ons hier by die SAGL berei monsters voor wat ons dan nou noem 'n ringtoets om hierdie onafhanklike evaluering te doen. Wat dit behels is dat elke gradeerder gaan dan op sy eie graderingsmonster kry wat ons voorberei het. Die gradering doen en dan vir ons die resultate stuur. Nou as 'n mens regtig 'n unieke evaluering wil doen, is dit belangrik dat 'n mens 'n goeie monster voorberei met spesifieke graderingsdefekte, sodat die gradeerder 'n goeie gradering kan doen en kan wys dat hy wel in beheer is van die regulasiese gradering. Dit is natuurlik baie belangrik vir die Agbus Grain lede om te bewys aan hulle produsente dat as die produkte afgelewer word by die silo's, dat dit korrek gegradeer word.
Noem vir ons 'n voorbeeld. Ons is nou by koring, so kom ons praat daaroor.
Ons doen vir die koring doen ons gewoonlik groter monsters en dan sal ons spesifieke defekte bysit. Op die oomblik in die laboratorium is ons besig met sonneblom. Nou die beginpunt hiervan is om 'n baie groot hoeveelheid sonneblom skoon te maak. Want jy kan nie defekte begin bysit as jy nie met 'n skoon monster begin.
So hoe maak jy hom skoon?
En dit sal ons dan nou, ons gebruik 'n sif, en al die sifsels word uitgehaal, die vreemde materiaal, en die laboratoriumpersoneel sal selfs ook dan ander defekte uithaal. As ons dan tevrede is dat hierdie sonneblommonster, groot sonneblommonster skoon is, dan begin ons weer met defekte wat ons versamel het, en spesifieke hoeveelhede by te voeg, by 'n spesifieke grootte monster. En dan word dit weer deur elke degradeerder hier gegradeer, laat ons seker maak dat die monster wat die deelnemer ontvang is korrek. Die deelnemer kry dan sy monster, 'n vorm om dit in te vul. Hy doen dit presies volgens die gradering vir sonneblom. Ons doen dit ook vir sojabone, ons doen dit ook vir mielies. En dan kry ons die resultate terug. Elke gradeerder kry 'n unieke kode. Ons doen 'n volledige verslag met die unieke kodes, stuur die verslae vir almal, maar elkeen ken net sy eie kode. So dit maak dit nog steeds dat die individu kan kyk sonder om blootgestel te word hoe hy dan nou die gradering gedoen het. Wat vir my baie positief is van so 'n evaluering, is dat dit gee vir elke maatskappy 'n onafhanklike manier om hulle kwaliteit te verseker. En as daar dan nou probleme is by 'n gradeerder, soos dat 'n defekte nie raak gesien is nie, of dat daar verkeerde berekeninge is, kan hy op sy eie tyd kyk na sy eie foute.
Praat bietjie met ons oor daai defekte. Waarna verwys jy?
En byvoorbeeld in die sonneblomgradering is daar defekte soos vreemde materiaal. In sonneblom sal sojabone 'n vreemde materiaal wees. In mielies is daar defekte soos byvoorbeeld hittebeskadigde mieliepitte. Dis 'n defek as hulle dit aflewer. Of daar is fusarium beskadigde mieliepitte. En in sonneblomme is daar gebreekte sonneblombone. En dit is alles defekte wat maak dat die produk dan afgegradeer word. En dit het natuurlik 'n groot finansiële impak vir beide die produsent en die aankoper. En daarom is graderings ongelooflik belangrik dat dit korrek is.
En julle is ook goed streeksverteenwoordigend as dit kom by hierdie toetse.
Almal wat wil deelneem oor die hele land kan dan deelneem. Ons koerier die monsters na al die verskillende plekke toe. En ons na omtrent 'n maand kry ons dit terug, ja.
So hoe lank neem so 'n proses nou?
Die voorbereiding, ons gee onsself gewoonlik so 2 weke tyd om seker te maak dat ons dan nou goeie monsters saamgestel het. Ons maak ook seker voordat ons begin laat daai sonneblom wat ons skoon gemaak het heeltemal homogeen is. So daar's 'n paar toetse wat ons daar ook doen. So 2-3 weke afhangende hoe groot is hierdie ringtoets, hoeveel deelnemers daar is. Hulle kry gewoonlik 'n maand om dan hulle resultate bymekaar te kry en dit vir ons terug te stuur en dan 2 weke later stuur ons 'n verslag.
Ek weet nie of jy hierdie vraag kan beantwoord nie, maar die behoefte wat ontstaan het by Agbus Grain se lede, hoekom het hulle gevoel dis nodig?
Daar's altyd maar dispute.
Reg.
En dan 'n groot deel van hierdie dispuut gaan eintlik maar rondom die gradering. En ek weet hulle doen, baie van hulle lede doen jaarliks ook weer hernuwing opknappingskursusse vir gradering, maar die onafhanklike evaluering is nie daar nie. En ek dink dit is die groot rede hiervoor, dat dit nodig is.
Hey, Plaas TV, ek wil graag 'n bietjie met die boere vanmôre gesels oor eiendom. En nie plaas eiendom, nie iets anders. Hier is 'n aandeeltjie met die naam van Rand-Aksep Bank RMB, wat uit Eerste Nasionale Bank en Rand-Aksep Bank uitgekom het. En hulle noem hulle nou self RMBH, maar hulle is eintlik nou 'n eiendomsmaatskappy wat massiewe kontant. Hierdie venster op die grafiek, en dis wat ek vir die boere wil wys, hierdie venster op die grafiek lê tussen R1.88, dis die laagtepunt van daai kersie, en die hoogtepunt van die kers is R1.28. Maar die aandeel begin al reeds in hierdie venster in beweeg. En hierdie venster is geskep toe daar 'n groot dividend uitbetaal is. En ek glo dat hierdie maatskappy met die lae eiendomspryse en die patetiese bewegende omgewing waarin ons sit met kommersiële eiendom, sit hierdie ouens met baie kontant en hulle kan baie maklik hierdie aandeel beginne gebruik om ander eiendomme te koop. So, Ek wil vir boere sê, as jy nou 'n paar rand het en jy wil in die kommersiële eiendomsektor betrokke raak, maar nie 'n fisiese eiendom koop nie, koop hierdie aandeeltjie, maar gebruik die keerverlies om jou kapitaal te beskerm van R1.15 nie. Die rede is, hierdie ouens sit met baie kontant, hulle kan dalk die regte eiendomme nou baie goedkoop koop, maar dit gaan 'n langtermynbelegging wees, omdat die maatskappy eintlik nou maar van nuut begin, al daai magt om kontant. So vir boere vermoere, wat 'n bietjie wil wegdiversifiseer van suiwer landbougrond, kyk 'n bietjie na hierdie maatskappy. Hulle besit 4 eiendomme soos onder andere die Atterbury sentrum in Pretoria, maar as jy koop, gebruik asseblief daai keerverlies, maar eendag kan ons dalk oor 'n klomp jaar van nou af sê, jong, die aandeel het al die pad gestyg om hierdie venster oop te maak, want ons weet gewoonlik is die reël, die venster sluit een of ander tyd, al vat dit lank. Wel, besoek gerus ons webtuiste www.fransdeklerk.com vir meer inligting en ons gesels weer.
NutriFeeds, die formule vir sukses.
A farmers group in the Western Cape by the name of Gougakhoi Stock Crop Co-Op recently received a much needed financial boost from Klipheuwel Wind Farm. Joining me now is Vernon Hendricks to talk about their support. Vernon, when and why was the Gougakhoi Co-op started?
We originally started in 2011, but was only registered in 2013. From the initial 18 founding members that we had, we only left with 5 currently as it is, 5 dedicated members. There are many reasons as to why people left the co-op. For example, they died, economic hardship, etc. It was started to create a livelihood for older, unemployed or retired persons, and to provide a sustainable source for affordable meat to the community that sometimes cannot afford meat prices from shops in our areas. All in all, job creation and hunger alleviation was at the bottom line. Also to instill integrity and honesty within our negotiations when we spoke to people.
Who are the farmers that form part of this initiative?
And the farmers we're a mixed bundle. All of us, the 5 that's remaining now, they are all over the age of 55 years old. We consist out of previously disadvantaged groupings, out of as per the Broad-Based Economic Empowerment Act 53 of 2003 and amended by Act 46 of 2013. We consist out of people with a farming background, mechanical background, carpentry, theology, and teaching. And those are it's from learning to write your name and those teaching to write your names. So we're a mixed breed, but we comfortable together and we work good together.
And how will this funding from Klipheuwel Wind Farm be applied?
Currently we started off with them a year or so ago, and we started off with perimeter fencing, which because the farm is quite far from where we live, and we need to protect the cattle and also the neighboring farmers. If the cows or the cattle break out, they might land into the road and it might present a problem. So we started off with perimeter fencing, and we completed that. And as a second priority, we started off with getting water onto the farm, sustainable water source. And we've just completed the borehole and we're now in the process of testing the pressure inside the borehole so that we can get a suitable pump for the water that we would like to give to our cattle. There is a concept that people speak about, I think in the UK, about rain harvesting. So we are also now busy with harvesting. After that, we will, after the borehole is established, then we will be busy with harvesting the water from inside into a dam, so that we can irrigate from there. So that is the two main focus. And then the third one will be to provide a source of feeding for our cattle. So we will prepare the land. We currently sit on a spot of land that is virgin land, which means that we need to prepare it to become a fertile space for us to become self-sustainable, and this is what we will need, what we will use the money for, as it is, and that would be currently what it is. It's a wonderful injection that we received from them, because from the 18 persons that we started off, we now 5, and reasons for that was because they could not afford to help with what we were busy doing. So what they are doing now is to help us to get onto our feet and to become a meaningful entity.
You also place a lot of focus on the improvement of your herd. How do you plan on doing this?
There are various ways in which we can improve the quality of the herd. For example, buying new stock or registered stock, which is a very expensive exercise. And there is the other option, and that is artificial insemination, which is also a tested means of improving. And there are, both of them has their pros and cons, but we will do everything that we can to have a sustainable crop, not crop, sustainable cattle farm, because we need to improve to get to the meat that we need to have. So yeah, usually the lifespan of a bull is around about 3 years, because then in the end the calves become smaller and smaller if it's mother and sister and so on. So in that way, it's better to go for artificial insemination, but it can also be a wasteful expenditure, because if you're not qualified to do the insemination, then you sit with a problem and you do the thing wrong. So yeah, but it's all in all, we want to improve the enterprise production and economic performance of Gougakhoi.
Well, that was Vernon Hendricks talking to me about the Klipheuwel Wind Farm support they received for their herd. And stay tuned, late in the program, we'll be talking to Parmas Chetty from Klipheuwel Wind Farm about their financial support.
Go back, shaping the future of animal health.
Klipheuwel Wind Farm, which is part of the Gougakhoi Group, not only assists in helping South Africa shift towards clean energy production, but also supports sustainable agriculture in the Theewaterskloof area. One of their recent initiatives include the funding of the Gougakhoi Stock Crop Co-Op. Joining me now is Plaas TV, and he'll be talking about their funding to Gougakhoi. Plaas, why do Klipheuwel Wind Farm place so much emphasis on the support of agriculture and specifically this project?
Thanks, Lisa, for the opportunity to be interviewed today by your TV channel. I think the co-op itself is quite a large-scale agricultural project in the area when you look at it from a community-based ownership structure. And if you had to look at the wind farm itself and its operations, most of our operations are based in sort of rural peri-urban areas. And from an enterprise development perspective, if you look on the doorstep of Klipheuwel Wind Farm is mainly other farming opportunities. So in order to align our enterprise development program, we need to generally look at the farming environment as where we want to focus our ED initiatives. I think if I had to answer the question, just go beyond our existing operation at Klipheuwel, if you had to look at the 8 plants that we operate in South Africa, and if you had to look at some of the initiatives that we're driving throughout the African continent from a group perspective, our focus is going to be predominantly on agriculture. It's just the nature of the beast currently in terms of where our operations are based. If I had to look at it from a personal perspective, I've been involved in rural development for the last 12 years. And I feel it's important that we use the agricultural sector to try and boost the economic activity in our rural communities. And the long-term idea for me is to make sure that we can keep families together. If we are able to boost that economic activity in the areas where we operate, it tends to keep families together because there's an income being generated for that particular home. And it doesn't break a family up in terms of one person going away to the large city to actually look for work. So overall, I think, our focus is on this particular cooperative because we know they have the potential to create the jobs. We know that they have the potential to grow themselves into a reasonably large-scale business that's able to feed into market and feed a quality product into the market.
What would you like to see from the co-op, say, in about 5 years' time?
I think from a funding perspective, we would like them to be self-sustainable. So the focus over the next few years is going to be on stabilizing the farm, securing the operations itself, growing the current herd that they have, and growing to a stage where they are supplying the market on a sustainable basis. I think that's critical for us. If you look at what our program aims to do in terms of the training of the co-op members, the purchase of additional assets that we're looking at doing for this particular cooperative, the emphasis is going to be purely on creating a self-sustaining unit that's able to supply the market on a continuous basis with a quality product. The focus is on cattle farming, and we will continue to focus on that for the next few years. And if you had to look at the region itself, it is one of the best cattle growing areas in the country. So we can see that this particular co-op in the next 5 years should be in a position to be able to supply the market in a sustainable basis.
Well, our thanks to Plaas TV. He's from the Klipheuwel Wind Farm, and they are part of the Gougakhoi Group.